Let me get that straight here. You understand the cleaning process from the inside. You're not worried about what you look like on the outside, because the outside becomes to change color. You pick up frequencies of transcendent pleasure, and it's reflected in your auric fields. All the chakras begin to take a greater joy within the individual cells as being one, and remembering the other six, that you have company, you're not alone. You're going to find out that whether in meditation or dying or strict coma, you still have a body, you're with 7 other beings. 7. Each one is one of the beings out of your chakra. You're in a group of 7. You're in a group of 7. The awakened one of you that understands the other 6 is the one that begins to be aware of the space and the movement about the 7 of you, wherever you are. Now, to give you this quickest, most magical method of healing that you could possibly think of, instantaneous results felt, is you use water. We've said this before. Rose quartz in your water that you drink has a natural frequency that heals the heart chakra. The heart knows it. The water relays the message. If you can consider visualizing the words written on the water as health to body, mind, and spirit, and then drink the water, you're going to find out you've established divine communication. Now, sometimes ones pick up an illness to teach the doctors something different, because the doctors can't explain, and the patient becomes better without the assistance of the doctor, and the doctor questions and searches for understanding, which is what everyone on the planet is doing, searching for understanding. There's got to be more than this type of thing. We've been told that for eons. You're in the process now. Instead of waiting for it, you're in the process of experiencing more than this. Your bones are figuring it out now. They're getting the personalities that suit them in a manner that is called comfortable for proceeding. Now, we said before, and you have a phrase, dust to dust. The dew in the morning is what enlightens the dust. Literally. The consciousness in the dust sees the dew of your morning, literally, and sees the light. The dust sees the light in the dew. When the dew hits the dust, there's movement. There is creation right there beginning. And the dust proceeds to become more. It goes through its process of drying out and more dew and all of the whole thing. It begins to develop a consciousness and a searching for the light. It begins. Why? It comes from the water. It comes from the heat of the sun and the moisture of the plants. It comes from the secret of nature. Because nature, her, she, is doing this all over the place. Around your whole planet. Around the whole planet. You have so much water in your oceans that if the consciousness of that water decided to, move in a different direction than it's currently moving, and I'm not talking about the flow of the ocean currents. I'm talking about that this being wanted to stand up and just proceed to the land. It would. Yet there is a procedure. There's a procedure. The human condition and the animals are children of the divine creation. And what you term the divine, the one that allowed life, after you died your last lifetime, allowed life to continue so you could come back into it. That one. The one that's aware of all the processes of reincarnation with everyone. With everyone. And you're in this mystery school because you yourself know that you are a mystery. Yeah. Everyone knows there's a mysterious portion of themselves because it's not quite like somebody else. You think differently with the word said. You haven't had the same experiences, but you're in the same space. So there's a condition of equality there. Because everyone is really equal. There's no one greater or lesser. But it's the game you're playing and the understanding of yourself, and which is the secret of the humility. Because the more humble, the more you begin to understand the nature of what you beings like to call the nature of reality. But it's the nature of water. Because you're 60 to 70% water, maybe more. All the other overlays are holographic acceptances. It's what you accepted as a image to move through space and time. You're practicing, we're going to have to say this, you're practicing, but you're not aware yet that you're practicing. You're practicing to see the manifestation of your thoughts. All of humanity is now. You're doing that by affecting your weather. It comes from the back of your skull. It produces clouds. Holographic formation of a result of thought. Group thought. You can disperse the clouds and the storms if you know who and what is pushing or pulling the wind. Your winds are increasing now. You're going through this morphogenetic change of pole. You're calling it a pole shift because you're walking on your planet and things are beginning to shift and there's other consciousness coming. But you're part of the knowledge-based foundation, so life will be perpetuated. for the continuity and the continued existence of what you call the planet Earth. It's not going to be destroyed. What is going to change is your ability to think within the new energy fields appropriately, without fear consciousness. To know that you are in the true understanding of the will of God and the divine feminine mother nature, ruler of all worlds, actually. And that's why the human condition now is going through so much confusion in this male-female thing. You have the feminine condition has more freedom in the Americas than you have in your Saudi Arabia, for example, or those countries under those jurisdictions. By jurisdiction, I'm talking about religion. And when you understand truly what jurisdiction means, you can have a greater insight of what's going on in religions. The true religion is water and air, the beings that rule it. You have heard of Poseidon, you've heard of the being, you've heard of it, it's the king of the sea.
An elemental.
No.
Yeah.
No. But they work within laws. Laws. And the human condition was given laws. 10 of them. But that didn't count. Because love wasn't consecrated there. There wasn't understanding. The elementals know. Earth elementals know. Air elementals know. Fire elementals know. Water elementals know. And when you understand the trees, you'll know that's the fifth element. The trees. Which is where the human condition got its image from for standing erect. From the trees, from the wood. The skeleton stood erect like a tree, and then the overlays came upon them. The development. And the key are these two fingers. And when you take these two fingers and hold them up and take the thumb, which is the will, and hold these two down, it's more than just peace. If you look at some very ancient paintings from Leonardo da Vinci, these two fingers are raised with John the Baptist. He's the one that baptized Christ, the word called baptism, in the teachings of things beyond normal conditions. The name is still known after thousands of years. Still known. Other names forgotten. Oh, maybe, yes, I remember that one. It's in the two fingers. And when you run these two fingers from your crown here, the tip of your forehead here, down, straight down your body, cross, touch the solar plexus, you're getting an ancient memory. And if you're in the idea of understanding yourself, try it. Two fingers here, this hand, left hand up, touch your solar plexus, and welcome to the goosebumps. There's a memory of the flesh there that knows it. And then you use these two fingers on your right hand or left hand, preferably with the right hand right now, because there's another understanding there. And then you touch it to the palm here of the left hand. You're going to understand the male in you and the female within you, because you've got both. You've got both. You've got both. The knowledge that is in this index finger is greater than all the libraries of your world. Just in your index finger. But you don't pay attention to it. You've been trained that your hands are for grabbing. Give me mine, thing, grab. Moment. You're 60 to 70% water. If you take the index finger of your right hand, sit a momently, spaciously, I say spaciously, in peace. Take the palm of your left hand, put it over your solar plexus, and just contemplate the moment of water in you. Let the water communicate with you, because it has memory. It knows how to change things and alter. The water enjoys being blessed by the God walking. That's supposed to be you, the physical human condition. You're supposed to know the water, and you're supposed to be thankful for the air. And thankful for the trees and animals moving. Your index fingers, when you touch them with your thumb, create a balance in your meridional structure from left to right side. It activates the sixth seal, actually, when you work it. Your thumb to your middle finger brings you closer to the interior portion. It brings the meridians in. You start working from, we call the meridians railroad tracks. They go through you like railroad tracks, very straight. This aligns them on both sides. Thumb to middle finger. Thumb to the third finger has an understanding of what you would call correcting your will, because you have a left side that has a will and a right side that has a will. You'll feel it in your thumb, which side needs to be adjusted. It'll create a little tension or pain there, and you simply move it. Breath will take it to the other side to balance. Thumb to little finger balances both hemispheres of your brain and gives you the opportunity to unify them with a lavender light that sows, S-E-W-S, the left and right halves of the brain together, so you have a unified brain, not separate. With the thumbs, as the thumbs touch, it becomes command will. Your fingers are curled in what you call position. Your thumb is up, touching each other, and you're in command will. You've got the will of your left and the will of your right. The left is the female, the right is the male. You're aligning them within the structure of your physical form. You take those two thumbs, push them both to the solar plexus, and you will feel something breathed you. It wasn't you. They just pushed right there. That's the experience of Thy will be done. And Thy will be done is life, health, peace, joy, and prosperity. That's all what the divine wants for everyone. The fear relieved. The fear relieved. And as you begin to develop these experiences and understandings of you and God, because that's where it's going to take you, God and you. So there's a separation initially, and then there's a union initially. You'll see what forces are influencing you in the other direction. You'll experience it, you'll notice it, you can't help it. Because here you are in your Buddha position, I guess you would say, you in the holy temple of yourself. Yeah? It's a golden frequency. Clears everything. Removes possessors, I say, because you're all possessed to a certain extent. You have beings in there that you don't know about. But we can't tell you that, because when we tell you that, everybody starts getting very freaky, is your word. You don't know how to handle yourself. Well, let me put it this way. You've handled yourself so far. And now the production of the new one coming up, which you're growing up within you, I've said that before. The seedlings. You're becoming bigger trees. You're becoming, we're going to say monuments, but moving. You're becoming with the ability to have knowledgeable respect for yourself without requiring others to understand it. And that occurs within the solar plexus, here. I will tell you a thing that hasn't been spoken before by anyone. At the solar plexus, you have another eye, E-Y-E. You have one there. You have one at the throat chakra, and you have one at the sixth seal. That eye in the solar plexus is going to open. When it does, it takes a view from behind you, forward. It doesn't come forward looking out as you do with your normal eyes for perception and reception. It has a view of discernment and jurisdiction. Because all your chakras, with everybody, are always communicating. You just haven't turned into those telephone lines yet. So when you do, you have access to an enormous amount of power that can heal anything, cure anything, expel anything. Yet you can't do that just on your own will. For there are others that wish to desire to feel the suffering at times for their own doubt and their overcoming of it. There are those that truly choose sickness. Primarily for attention. And as that need becomes less required, the illnesses change.
Go back to the bedroom. There we go.
What are you doing? Come over here. Behave yourself. So that is what is the occurrence. The keys, the how-to-dos are in your hands. The recognition, particularly now, as you understand the thumb, that's the will. When the thumbs are really bent back like that, way back, that means you're exerting your will over the divine will, and you have a refusal to understand. It needs to be moderate. This and its closing has an understanding of no will. You're receiving information through your form for the process and protection of others, really, right now. Because there are many lonely, and they see another human, there's another human. At least they know there's space there that they're in, spiritually speaking. And the confusions now are becoming, the confusion is almost becoming arrogant within itself. It enjoys it. It just likes the argument thing. It basically doesn't want to do anything within the unit. Responsibility, sense of responsibility is not there. And it's it gives them a reason not to slow down.
If you take she wants to come up. He wants to come up here. Let him go, and I'll pick him up. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, So, there's that thing now. The other thing is as this frequency start getting down to the bones, because that's where your jurisdiction lies, is in your skeletal structure. Your bones are going to start to pass information. They need attention. That's what peanut oil is for. That's what some of the other oils are for, to rub on your joints. So it lubricates them. Peanut oil particularly goes through the skin. It doesn't stay on long. It goes in to lubricate the joints. And the bones acknowledge the receipt of that energy. You have a lot of things going on in your planet right now. An enormous amount of confusion is all we can say. Because if you